is it so hard to change a habit? You know that feeling when you've decided, absolutely decided, that tomorrow you're going to stop doom scrolling before bed, and then tomorrow night you're there at 11 p.m., phone in hand, wondering how it happened again. Yeah, me too. So why is changing a habit so brutally hard? Turns out your brain has some very good reasons for keeping you stuck. And today, we're going to figure out what they are. Here's the thing about habits. They're not just behaviors we've chosen to repeat. They're neural pathways. Literally, every time you do something, your brain creates a connection between neurons. The more you repeat it, the stronger that connection becomes. It's like a path through a forest. The first time you walk it, there's no path at all. By the 100th time, it's worn smooth. Your brain loves smooth paths because they require almost no energy. They're efficient. And your brain? Your brain is lazy in the best possible way. It wants to conserve energy for the things that actually matter. So when you've been checking Instagram first thing in the morning for 3 years, your brain has built a superhighway for that behavior. And superhighways don't disappear just because you decided they should. They fade slowly, very slowly. But here's what makes it even harder. Habits aren't separate from emotions, they're tangled up together. Think about why you actually reach for that habit in the first place. Maybe you bite your nails when you're anxious. Maybe you snack when you're bored. Maybe you scroll when you're avoiding something. The behavior isn't really the problem. It's the solution to something else. Your brain learned that biting your nails helps with anxiety. It works, at least temporarily. So every time you feel anxious, your brain whispers, "Hey, remember that thing that helped?" Your conscious mind is going, "I'm quitting this habit," but your emotional brain is going, "But I need this to feel okay." And guess who usually wins that argument? Yeah, the emotional brain. It's louder, it's more powerful, and it doesn't care about your January resolutions. Then there's the context problem. You know how you never crave a cigarette quite like you do standing outside a bar with your friends? That's because habits aren't stored in isolation in your brain. They're tied to triggers. Your environment, your emotional state, the people around you, the time of day. Your brain has learned that when X happens, Y is the response. The context is the cue. So even if you successfully resist a habit for a while, the moment you're back in that context, boom. The old neural pathway lights up like it never left. Someone trying to quit coffee might do fine at home, but the moment they walk into their favorite cafe, their brain is screaming for the usual. It's not a character flaw, it's how your brain has been wired. And here's the final piece that nobody talks about enough. Willpower is not unlimited. It's a resource that depletes. When you are trying to change a habit through sheer force of will, you're using up a finite amount of energy that you also need for work, relationships, and not snapping at people on the internet. The longer you resist a habit, the more willpower you burn. Eventually, you get tired. And when you get tired, your brain goes back to the path of least resistance, the habit. This is why so many people fail at behavior change on day 4 or 5. That's when the willpower tank runs empty. So if habits are this deeply rooted, this emotionally charged, this context dependent, and this willpower draining, what actually works? The answer is surprisingly simple. Stop trying to delete the habit. Instead, replace it. Keep the trigger the same. Keep the reward the same. Change the middle part. You feel anxious? Instead of biting your nails, squeeze a stress ball. You're bored? Instead of scrolling, go for a walk. Your brain still gets what it needs from the habit. It still feels the reward. But you've changed the actual behavior. You're not fighting against your neural pathways, you're rerouting them. And the best part, You're not relying on willpower. You're using the habit architecture itself against the habit. So here's what you're taking away today. Stop blaming yourself for being weak. Your habits are powerful because they're efficient, emotional, and contextual. But that same power that makes them hard to break makes them easier to redirect. Find what your habit is really doing for you. Then find a different behavior that does the same thing. Your brain will thank you, and so will everyone around you.